Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Adams Field here in Quincy for tonight's baseball matchup between the visiting team, the Presidents of Quincy High School, and the home team tonight, the Raiders of North Quincy High School. I'm going to announce the starting lineups for both teams tonight. First, the visiting team from Quincy High School. Playing right field, number 7, Brian Gustafson. In center field tonight, number 1, Owen Desmond. At shortstop, number 15, Aiden Manning. At first base, number 17, Sean Kozlowski. At third base, number 21, Sam Swan. At second base, number 4, Will Martin. Starting pitcher tonight, number 2, Jack Dunn. Catching tonight, number 3, Jaden Rose. DH tonight, number 22, Aiden McAleen. In left field, number 14, Cam Mann. Head coach of the Presidents is Rick Beach. Now the starting lineup for the home team tonight, the Raiders of North Quincy High School. Shortstop, number 2, Vinny O'Leary. Right field, number 17, Charlie Baker. Catching tonight, number 6, Max Gaudiano. In left field, number 15, John Toland. At first base, number 23, Alex Montero. At third base, number 18, Kevin Pritchard. DH tonight, number 20, Kyle DeVore. Starting pitcher tonight, number 9, Charlie Ambrose. Second base, number 11, David D'Antona. And center field, number 4, Will Conley. Head coach of the Raiders is Matt Edgerly. We could ask you all to please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Adams Field, where tonight the North Quincy Raiders will play host to the Quincy Presidents and the second matchup between these two teams here in the 2023 baseball season. My name is Jonathan Clary, and thanks for tuning into this edition of QATV Sports. Again, here at Adams Field for the second matchup, as I mentioned, and being joined here by Steve Mays up here in the booth. And Steve, it's been kind of a tale of two stories between these two teams this year. Quincy High School won their first game, and unfortunately haven't been on the winning side since then. And North Quincy's been hovering around 500 and trying to make a push to see if they can get into the MIAA tournament.
North Quincy's playing well late. You know, you have to get hot late in the season, and that's what North Quincy's doing, led by a very strong senior class. Quincy High has faltered a little bit down the stretch here, but you know, a win tonight could turn everything around. If Quincy doesn't get into the MIAA tournament, all these kids will remember tonight's game if they can pull off a victory tonight.
All right, real quick, we'll run down the starting lineups for both teams. First, for North Quincy, leading off and playing shortstop will be number 2, Vinny O'Leary. Batting second and playing right field will be number 17, Charlie Baker. Batting third and catching will be number 6, Max Guadiano. Batting fourth and playing playing left field will be number 15, John Tolan. Playing first base, number 23 is Alex Montero. At third base, number 18 is Kevin Pritchard, designated hitter tonight for North Quincy, number 20 is Kyle DeBoer. Pitching tonight and getting the start here for North, number 9, Charlie Ambro. Playing second base, number 11 is David D'Antona. And in center field for North Quincy is number 4, Will Conley. For the Presidents, leading off will be number 7 in right field, Brian Gustafson. Batting second, number 1, center field, Owen Desmond. Number 15, shortstop, Aiden Manning will be batting third. Batting fourth, Sean Kozlowski, number 17, playing first base. Batting fifth, Sam Swan, number 21, playing third base. Number 4 at second base will be Will Martin, batting sixth. Number 2 in the pitcher tonight for the Presidents, and batting seventh, Jack Dunn. And the catcher, number 3, Jaden Robles, batting eighth. And Aiden McElhaney, number 22, will be the DH in the 9 spot. And in left field, number 14, Cam Mann. Head coach for North Quincy is Matt Edgerly, and for Quincy High School, Rick Beach.
Charlie Ambro getting the start for North. You know, again, a big game for both, right? Ambro's only a junior, but this is a big game for both sides. North Quincy's trying to get into the tournament, and Quincy High is trying to, you know, salvage a season. You know, Beach will have these guys ready, Edge will have these guys ready. Should be a good matchup.
These teams met back on Tuesday, April 18th, as part of the Steve Sullivan tournament, and North Quincy had a shutout that day, winning 12-0.
Pritchard pitched for North Quincy that day. Owen Desmond pitched for Quincy that day.
All right, first pitch is a ball for North.
Gustafson's just a freshman here, number 7, the leadoff kid. He's just a freshman. Pretty good player, really fast. Should be interesting to see if he can get on. And if he gets on, Beach will get him moving right away.
2-1 to count now. Big swing there for Gustafson. 2-2.
Good at bat for Gustafson, right? Good lead off at bat. Got him throwing at least six pitches this at bat. Everybody on the team has seen some more pitches. And he starts the game off with a single right up the middle. Great at bat for number 7.
At least they worked the count full, and like I said, went right up the middle with that single to get things going here for the Presidents. Okay, you mentioned mentioned, the season's starting to wind down here for the teams and making the push for the playoffs.
Be interesting to see early if Ambrose throws over. The Sun is very tough at first base early in the game. First baseman, fly balls, right fielder. The Sun is really tough over there. You see Montero with the glasses on. Be interested to see if he throws over there.
0-2 the count. A couple strikes there thrown by Ambrose.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that Sun is definitely harsh there for the runner and the first baseman, trying to see, looking right back into the sun there. Gustafson goes, throw down to second, and he's out. He's waiting for the call from the umpire, and he is out. Nice throw down there.
Good throw by Max from behind the plate there. He didn't have the best. Gustafson didn't have the best jump at first base, but Max threw a great throw down there, and Vinny O'Leary picked a great ball at second base.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And called third strike there. Desmond thought it was on the outside. But a nice pitch there, and 2 out down here in the top of the first. Aiden Manning stepping up to the plate now for the Presidents, number 15.
Started him off with a curveball there. Looked like a good pitch, but it was a little bit low. Interesting, you know, he starts the third batter off with a curveball. The other 2 guys, he started off with fastballs. So he's mixing up his pitches nice.
All right, over to second base, fielded cleanly there, and Manning is out. So 1-2-3, top of the first for North Quincy. And they'll get to turn up a bat here in the bottom of the inning. We mentioned Quincy winning their first game, and then unfortunately haven't got back into the win column since. But Quincy's a fairly young team. A lot of freshmen, sophomore, juniors on the team, only a couple seniors on the team. So that certainly makes it a learning experience here. But if these kids keep coming back, they'll be able to take this with them, Steve, into the next couple of years, and hopefully a lot of that experience playing will help out as they go into their upperclassmen years.
I know they graduated a lot of seniors last year. They had 12 or 13 seniors that they graduated last year. So, Coach Beach knew coming into the season that he was going to have a younger team. And, you take your licks this year and, you just keep building for the future, and you get these kids invested, coming back and coming back and coming back. By the time they're seniors, you're moving in the right direction again. I mean, he was just in the MIA tournament a couple years ago. Beach was, so he knows how to get there. He knows what he's doing. So it's just a matter of developing the young kids and getting them bought into the system.
He's been behind the bench for quite a while now for the Presidents. I'm not sure how many years it is, but it's been quite a while, right?
Yeah, he's been there for quite a few years. His son Tyler played shortstop for Quincy High for a few years, for all 4 years actually, and then went to Westfield, and he was there after that.
All right, leading off now for North, Vinny O'Leary, number 2. And again, Jack Dunn on the mound for the Presidents. And his first pitch is a ball.
O'Leary's a senior captain, plays shortstop. He's played shortstop for all 4 years for Edgerly. He's kind of the backbone of the infield. I want to say he's going to Bridgewater next year, but I'm not 100% sure with that. Or Framingham. Maybe it's Framingham.
All right, 3-0 the count here. O'Leary thought he was going to be walking down the first base there and called strike. So full count now.
Both leadoff batters worked the full count to start the game off. Tell you that guys are patient. They're waiting for their pitch, and they're locked into the at-bat. They're not just out there free swinging.
O'Leary works a walk there, and leadoff batter on.
I would expect the same thing out of North Quincy. Coach Beach took about 3 or 4 pitches to send Gustafson, and I would expect the same out of Edge, sending O'Leary in the first couple pitches here. And be aggressive. Baker's a good contact hitter. You could even see a hit and run in this situation.
All right, on Charlie Baker, lefty for North Quincy up, number 17. First pitch was a ball. O'Leary running on the pitch, and no throw down to second.
Very aggressive by both teams. Again, it just speaks to the magnitude of how important this game is. You want to get runs early. You want to get them often. You got to be aggressive and put the pressure on the other team.
Larry with a good lead over there at second base. 3-0 count now. O'Leary going again. Throw down the third is not in time. O'Leary would have had a nice jump down there. 2 stolen bases there for Vinny O'Leary. Three and 1 the count now to Baker. That one was low and outside, so Baker will walk down the first as well.
Get another 5-pitch walk. Again, you got Max coming up, good contact guy. Baker's, decently fast. I would expect Edgerly to put something on soon and try to get on the board.
Matt Guadiano, up now for North, number 6. First and third for North. Dunn looking over the first, comes to the stretch, and Baker goes and no throw. Baker had a good jump there. Now second and third.
Second and third, no outs. You get 2 guys in scoring position for Max. Fly ball gets you 1. Ground ball gets you 1. Single will get you 2 here. Max, as a hitter, is just looking to hit the ball as far as he can and as hard as he can right now. any contact, any ground ball, any fly ball is going to produce a run. A line drive obviously is not going to here, but just looking to hit it as hard as you can, as far as you can.
That one's up high. 2-1.
The other thing Max is looking for here is he's an inside pitch hitter. He likes the ball a little in, so he's looking for something in his wheelhouse, right? He's not going to give in. He's looking for a ball a little bit in. And now with 3-1, he can really zone it up and really focus on that one pitch. Something a little middle in, maybe a little bit below the belt, something he can get out and drive. If it's not that pitch, you just let it go. You had it.
Thought that was one back.
He sure had it.
That was right in the wheelhouse there and just fouled it off. So full count now, 3-2. Dunn delivers, and that one.
Strike 3.
Nope, strike 3.
Yikes.
So Guadiana thought it was going to be a ball outside and called third strike. First out of the inning. John Toland, left fielder, comes up now. Fouls that one back. I was going to bring it running over the shortstop, and it gets bobbled there by Quincy. Aiden Manning couldn't field that cleanly, and a run comes in, and North takes a 1-0 lead.
Just got to put the ball in play, and again, in that situation, there's only one out. Any kind of contact is going to score a run. He put the ball in play and put the pressure on them, and here we go. It's 1-0. Still only one out, and you got first and third. Again, John Toland decently fast. I would expect Edgley to put something on.
Alex Montero comes up now for North, the first baseman, number 23. Runner goes, that's fouled, and it's going to go out of play.
Try to get all of it with that swing, boy. He was swinging for the fences there. He wanted to make it. He wanted to make it 4-0. 2 strikes. Now you just got to choke up, put the ball in play, and produce another run here. Go the other way. Just produce something.
Dunn delivers. That one's high. 1-2. Throw the first and back in time there. First and third, 1-2 is the count. Montero up at the plate for North. Puts it in play over to shortstop, only play to first base, and he'll get Montero out at first.
So although Montero grounds out and makes an out, he produces another run, puts the Raiders up 2-0. Edgley sending Tolan on that, keeps them out of the double play. If Edgley doesn't send Tolan there, that ground ball to short, he flips it to second, they turn a double play, and they're out of the inning. So good move by Edgley getting Tolan going and gets that other run in there.
So 2-0 North, and up at the plate now is Kevin Pritchard, third baseman.
Pritchard, another senior captain, has been playing varsity for 4 years. Good hitter, very good pitcher. This is a big single right here if you can put them up 3-0.
Pritchard calls time. That's a ball just inside. 2-0 is the count. And Pritchard, that goes into left center field. They're going to send the runner. Throw coming to the plate, and he is safe. So nice hustle there. Coming in from second base was John Tolan. And Kevin Pritchard with the RBI single gets North Quincy up now 3-0.
I'm going to pick on Pritchard because he plays for me in the summer. He should be on second base, right? Hit the ball at the middle like that. The kid overthrows his cutoff man. Pritchard should be standing on second base. I can say that because I coach him in the summer. We're going to have to coach that up for sure.
Well, I could see you soon. I could see you waving him in as away from the second base out of the corner of my eye. And that's what I was seeing if he was going or not. And he was not, but
yeah, I mean, any base runner, if you hit a single like that and you're coming around first base, as soon as that kid overthrows his cutoff man, they're giving you the next base. Because here's the situation: if Kyle DeBoer gets a single right here, Pritchard scores. But now if Kyle gets a hit, he doesn't score. All right, here you go. There's a situation. Oh, nice catch.
DeBoer fly
Nice
ball
catch.
into right field, and that one is caught by Brian Gustafson. But North Quincy gets 3 on the board before that, and they take the 3-0 lead as we head into the top of the second.
Good half inning for the Raiders.
All right, 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up here for Quincy. Sean Kozlowski, Sam Swan, and Will Martin, with Kozlowski, the first baseman, number 17, to lead off here now for Quincy.
Yeah, Kozlowski, senior captain. Been around for a little while. Very good first baseman. And then Sam Swan right behind him. A couple big boys about to step up to the plate and see what they can do.
First pitch was called a ball, just a little high. And that one's a strike there, 1-1. high. Nice night here at Adams Field. It is a little windy out there. You can see down right field with the flags blowing in the breeze a little bit.
I tell you, man, the sun's out. There's never a bad night here at Adams when the sun's out. And
Yeah.
they redid the field. Shout out to the Park and Rec Department for redoing this field. This infield looks unbelievable. It's playing as well as any field, if not the best field in the area. They did a heck of a job on this field.
And nice play there. And they're going to call him out. Charlie Ambro got the ball back, bobbled it a little bit, was able to recover. And nice play over there on first base as well by Montero to keep his foot on the bag on the throw that almost had him come off.
I thought Montero was off the base there. I thought it pulled him off. But, you know, if the first base coach isn't arguing and the runner's not arguing, they have a better vantage point than us. So we're probably wrong.
All right, coming up now, Sam Swan, the third baseman. First pitch to him is a ball. Yeah, there's not a cloud in the sky right now, just all blue skies here at Adams Field. And you were talking about the infield, Steve, and I noticed that before the game started. It is fantastic, just the condition this field's in. And Adams Field's always been one of the best fields on the South Shore and the whole state, for that matter, and it's looking great right now.
Yeah, again, they redid the whole thing. They tore up the infield. Usually if it rains, this field is in trouble for a day or two. Not the situation now. They've kept it up amazing. New dirt, new grass. I don't think it's clay out there. I think it's some kind of dirt mix. And I know it took a long time to get it to this point, but man, they've done an excellent job. You know, Dave Murphy and the guys that work on the field, the Park and Rec guys that work on the field every day. The back area is all new. They got all new padding along the wall in the back. They've done some stuff in the dugouts. They've really made some huge improvements.
All right, after a full count there, going down swinging is Sam Swan. A nice fastball there from Ambro to get him out.
Yeah, Zambruno and his crew did a great job on this field, and they do every day. They keep the field up every day. They're either cutting it or they're watering it or they're lining it. They're keeping it up, and it still is the best field around. You talk to people who come from other towns that play, you know, all over the place, and they love to play here. It has that stadium atmosphere, you know, where the fans are close enough where they feel like they're right on top of you, but you know they're far enough away where they're not getting in your way. Beautiful press box that we're sitting in right now. You know, fully operating scoreboard and PA system, Wi-Fi. You know, we can do it all right from here. So this is the best field around.
Will Martin up now for the Presidents, second baseman, number 4. It's hard to believe it's been just over 20 years since this whole field was redone when the Babe Ruth World Series was coming to town, and everything was all redone. And it's been 20 years now since that happened, and it's unbelievable. Ball there up the middle.
I thought you were going to talk about in high school. It's a little more than 20 years.
Oh, well,
when you started with, it's been a long time. I was like, here we go.
No.
We're walking down memory lane.
That's even longer, yes. But no, yeah, it was 2001, I believe, when they redid the field for the first time the city hosted Babe Ruth World Series, and is again one of the gems here in the city of Quincy.
There was 2 iconic things about this field way back in the day, in the early 90s, the late 90s, when I was fortunate and honored enough to play on the field. The sign in center field was 408. Everybody knew what that sign was, and everybody knew what it was. And then the green sign that said "Welcome to Adams Field," which the Park Department has kind of recreated something that looks like that and put a green sign out there. But the 408 and the "Welcome to Adams Field," man, anybody who played back here back in the 90s and in the 80s knows all about 408.
All right, Dunn coming up now to hit with Martin on first.
Great lead by Martin at first base, and they check in.
And of course, they've been doing a lot of work in this area altogether, up and down Marymount Parkway, all doing the street, and then up at Pageant Field, they've moved one of the diamonds up there, and the new pavilion area has been installed and still working up there. And I was up there the other day, and that both the diamonds look really good, but it almost kind of has a feel of how it used to be, again, long time ago when there used to be the roadway going around the entire field. So the diamonds are opposite each other now, so it looks really nice up there. And I've been told they're going to be installing a nice big flagpole up there as well. So it's going to, that whole area, this has always been Marymount Park's always been a great area here, but city doing a great job to keep it up and, again, keep it one of the best places here in the city for a sporting event or just coming out for a walk around town as well.
And they have a big diamond and a small diamond up there. Is that correct?
2 softball diamonds.
So there's not a big diamond up there, 2 small diamonds.
Yep.
And I believe there's a dog area up there for you to walk your dog. And right across the street from Adams Field, there used to be that big mound, but they've cut that way down, and there's a walking path up there now, and there's some stone along the wall and stone along the street. And Mayor Koch has done so much for this city and this park and this area, and they're just going to keep going and going and going.
All right, big pitch there by North Quincy, and Dunn goes down swinging. And Quincy's going to leave a man on base. And as we head to the bottom of the second, North Quincy looking to increase their 3-0 lead. Yeah, the city has done just a lot of work, period, on all the athletic facilities, outdoor athletic facilities, in the whole bunch of past number of years. So the soccer fields, baseball diamonds, the multi-use fields, that whether it be for soccer or lacrosse or again baseball, all the different things that are happening here in the city, and the different venues that once upon a time they didn't have and now they do. So it's really great to see all those places, and again, a lot of the cities around Massachusetts don't have some places like this, and nice to be able to take advantage of them. And again, the youth sports, again, for Quincy High or North to come here, or the Babe Ruth teams to come here and play Adams Field. Again, there's really lucky to take advantage of all that time and location for use.
It's unbelievable that we have a professional team here too with the Free Jacks.
Yep.
That brings so much to the city of Quincy. When they play a home game, there's 3,000 people over there, 4,000 people over there. And it brings to the restaurants and the area and the money that they pay to play here, so you can have the new turf and you can have the pavilion area over there. And that money that goes to the city, Mayor Koch puts it right back into all the fields. You have O'Rourke, you have Coletta, you have Adams, you have Bishop. Those are all big diamonds, big baseball diamonds. And the soccer fields are unbelievable around here, and the softball diamonds and everything like that. So it's definitely on the move.
All right, Charlie Ambrote, the pitcher for North Quincy, steps up to lead off this inning.
Somebody who played here, on this diamond and now coaches here, to see what they've done to Adams in general is just unbelievable. We have an amazing batting cage over the right field fence where the flagpole is, that Quincy uses, North Quincy uses, Quincy College uses. The AAU team, the Red Stockings, the Bay Bears, Quincy Youth Baseball, everybody uses it, and it's great, right? If you're a kid in Quincy and you want to play baseball, there's plenty of opportunities for you to come out and get better and get better at your craft.
I have to admit, the batting cage out there, that's the one thing I'm jealous of that didn't have when I was playing back in the day. It's such a nice facility out there just to, get to hit balls at the field instead of inside somewhere. And just before the game is you're out there taking some BP. All right. And short outfield there is the pop fly, and it's handled there by the second baseman, Will Martin, for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, back in the day, we would have to hit at O'Rourke on the field, chase balls around and go crazy, and then come down here and play. And now, for a Morrisette game, we get here a couple hours early. We crank the music up. We're in the cage hitting, and you can do everything right here. They got double barrel bullpens on both sides. So, again, if you're a kid in this city and you're a pitcher and you want to get a side session in, you can just throw right up there. You don't have to come on the mound. You're not ruining the field. You go out one of those bullpens and you throw. And just so many opportunities.
All right, that was David D'Antona with a hit into right field, and he gets on for North Quincy. And that will now bring up the top of the order for North, Vinny O'Leary, the shortstop, who walked back in the first.
D'Antona doing a great job going the opposite field, hitting the ball between first and second base. Kid threw a pitch outside. D'Antona just went with it. He did a great job.
Sun's gone down here enough that that Sun is no longer over on first base, and Dunn throws over there to first to try to keep Dantona honest over there. Big hit into left center field. It's going to get over the heads of both the outfielders. Dantona rounding third, and he's going to be sent home. And throw coming to the plate, and Dantona will get in there standing up. And with a stand-up double is Vinny O'Leary at second with the RBI.
Great job by Vinny O'Leary, top of the order. They had the right guy at the plate. Hit a gap shot, and Dantona just turned it on and came all the way around. I saw Matt Eagles waving him around there from the minute the ball hit the ground. Matt Eagles knew that Dantona was going to score, so that was a great job by them. And now they got another guy in scoring position with Baker at the plate. Again, right guy at the plate, right guy on second base.
Baker walked as well back in the top of the first, bottom of the first. 4-0 North Quincy now. O'Leary trying to steal third. Throw down there is not in time. And O'Leary with his third stolen base here. He stole second and third back in the first inning and takes third here again.
Yeah, that's twice he's stolen third base. Tremendous jumps, timing the pitcher up, timing the pitcher's looks, doing a really good job.
1-1 pitch is a ball outside, 2-1 now. Now look like a hit just hit the outside corner, 2-2. All right, it's outside. So 3-2's a count now to Charlie Baker. And foul tip. And Baker will go down on strikes.
Big out right there for Quincy High. Big strikeout. Now there's 2 outs. They could potentially get out of this jam by only giving up 1 run, which would be huge for their confidence going into the third inning.
Max Guadiano steps up to the plate, and nice play over there by Conley. Can he get to it, throw him out? And cannot. He had to dive for it and just couldn't bring it in. And coming home to score from third base is O'Leary, 5-0 North.
What a great job by Conley there, just keeping it in the infield. Great dive, kept it there. And, Max still got a hit out of it, which, I guess in hindsight isn't the greatest thing. But, man, what a great effort by him. What a great effort by him keeping it in the infield. Will Martin.
John Tolan comes up now for North. Tolan reached on an error back in the first.
Will Martin, the second baseman for Quincy High. I misspoke there. I didn't have the lineup in front of me and misspoke.
I was hiding it over here on my side of the booth.
Like usual, I wasn't paying attention.
Town's going to get fouled over the backstop and out of play.
So, Gadiano got the hit, but then they courtesy runner for him. So, in high school baseball, they have pinch runners and they have courtesy runners. So, the pitcher and the catcher in the MIAA and Federation rules, you can courtesy run for the pitcher and you can courtesy run for the catcher every single time they get on base. So, every time Max gets on base, or if the pitcher was to get on base, they will pinch run for them with no repercussions. Those guys can come back into the game and play their positions, no problem. So if Ambrose or Maxford to get on base, I'm sure that they would pinch run for them every time to get them in the dugout, get them rested, and then they can go right back to playing their spot.
As you say, that's Dan Hudak, who is at stole second base, and now on the pass ball, or excuse me, the wild pitch, he'll go over to third as well. So Hudak now on third.
Oh,
And just fouled
Just
down the
foul.
line there for John Toland.
John Toland, who also has a younger brother that plays on this team. Timmy Toland, number 10, he's a freshman. He plays on this team.
And then also his other brother.
Yeah, there's another Toland in here too.
Matthew Toland, sophomore.
There's a lot of Tolands. Hate to be at that dinner table.
All right, that one was a pitch that was low inside, so Toland will draw the walk. And that brings up now Alex Montero, number 23, first baseman. Had an RBI sacrifice in the first. So first and third now for North, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
Let's see if Edgerly keeps the pressure on here. So when you see something like that, the guy over there going and then stopping, he's just trying to time the pitcher, right? So he's looking to time him and see what the, how long he stops before he goes to the plate and see if he can time him up. There we go.
Toland runs off and no throw down there.
Now you're a single away from getting into a dangerous situation that you might not be able to come back from.
High pitch there. Montero pops it up into right field.
That's trouble.
And long run, and couldn't get to it. There is the right fielder for North Quincy, Brian Gustafson, but it's in foul territory. But Montero gets another chance there at the plate. It's a long run there from Gustafson. He was playing fairly deep in more towards center field, and that ball was slicing away from him the entire time.
And again, we talked at the beginning before the first pitch about the experience and the age of Quincy High, right? So if you were to ask Beach about that, he would tell you that that ball needs to be caught. Now again, so Montero rolls out to second so it doesn't hurt you, but that kid catches that ball in foul territory, the inning's over, and it just kind of gets your momentum going. That's something that as this team gets older, in the next couple of years, and Quincy High becomes a mature team and an older team, that kid's going to make that play and things will roll from there. But they did get out of it. They got Montero to roll out to second, and they got to put something together soon.
All right, so end of 2 innings here, play at Adams Field. North with a 5-0 lead. We're going to take a quick breather here and be back in the top of the third in just a second. All right, leading off now is the catcher, Jaden Robles for the Presidents. First pitch he sees is a ball, I believe. Yep. That one fouled back. Robles, one of the seniors here on this team for the Presidents.
Man, going back to the field, look at that shot of the infield right there. Man, that looks good.
Called strike. 1-2 now. And a nice off-speed pitch there and called third strike. As Charlie Ambrose, nice pitch there, gets another strikeout.
Yeah, Ambrose's right in the zone right now. He had that first inning, first batter where he went 3-2 and gave up a single, but since then he settled right in. He's getting first pitch strikes, mixing up his pitch as well. He's doing a really good job right now.
Fourth strikeout for Ambrose. Coming up to the plate now for the Presidents is number 22, Aiden McElhaney, the DH. One on one to count now.
Ambrose seems to be getting stronger as he's going on right now too. The fastball's coming in a little bit harder.
Lights now on here at Adams Field as well as the sun's going down.
Looks like there's action in the Quincy High bullpen.
And McElhaney chases that one outside, and back-to-back strikeouts here for Charlie Ambrose.
Yeah, a couple bottom of the order guys, and he just kind of overpowered them and turns back to the top, and we got the freshman up again, the outfielder Gustafson. He had the single up the middle last time.
Big swing there. That one inside, 2-1. And over to the second baseman playing on the outfield grass, and nice job there by North Quincy.
That's a great play.
Yeah, David D'Antona with the nice play.
Nice
And
job by D'Antona right there.
Gustafson grounds out. 1-2-3 inning for North Quincy as we head to the middle of the third.
Crowd filling up here at Adams Field. They get some, you get a lot of kids here. Some more and more parents are coming in. The North Quincy side, the home side, it's got a really good crowd over there. This game is obviously a little bit later in the year, so the college guys are back. They're done with school, or they're in the middle of their finals, so they're not in that everyday grind, and they're back here to support the teams that they've played for in the past. Always a good atmosphere when Quincy plays North in any sport, whether it's the big Thanksgiving Day game or it's tennis. Doesn't make a difference.
So yesterday, the North Quincy girls lacrosse teams played at the stadium, and then the softball teams are playing on at Mitchell McCoy right now as this baseball game's going on. So it's been North Quincy week here for those teams. Girls lacrosse will play again later on. In a couple weeks, I believe. They'll be playing down at North Quincy for that game.
It's just a good, healthy rivalry for the city, for the kids. It's something that they're going to talk about for a long time. You know, at just a few years past my high school years, we still talk about. I talk about it with all my buddies that you know I played with and I still hang around with and stuff like that. Years before me and years after me, whether it's Brian Linsky or Billy Walker or anybody like that. I got Steve Clark. I talked to him yesterday. It's just healthy, right? It's just a healthy rivalry, whether it's on the football field, the baseball diamond, or tennis, or softball, lacrosse, whatever it may be. It's just a healthy rivalry in the city. They don't draw this many people for a game against Pembroke, I'll tell you that. It's just the facts.
That is true.
It's just the facts.
I bet a lot of these students are probably starting here and going up to the softball game, or going from softball down here to baseball as well, to try to get 1-2 punch in there.
Yeah, everybody supports everybody. You know, that's a great thing about the student body now, and the principals at Quincy and North Quincy. Everybody's involved with everybody. It's not like the guys come out for baseball and the females go down to softball. Everybody kind of supports everybody. So it's a good thing, and they're doing great things at both high schools.
All right, new pitcher for Quincy High School is number 18, Chase Gillespie, junior for the Presidents. Ground ball right back to Gillespie, and high throw, and let's see, he's able to catch the base there. Was the first baseman Kozlowski for Quincy.
Great defensive play by Kozlowski, coming off the bag, getting it, and recovering in time to make sure that he got his foot back on the bag to get the out. Great defensive play.
Neglected to mention that was Kevin Pritchard, who was up at the plate for North Quincy, and now coming up as the DH, Kyle DeBoer. That one goes down the right field line. DeBoer flew out to right field back in the first.
See a lot of hoods on tonight, John. A lot of hoods and a lot of hats. It's going to be cold out there.
It is.
Not in the booth here. It's beautiful.
Thankfully.
It's beautiful in here.
When we were setting up earlier, big fly ball down the left field line, and just goes foul. So DeBoer will come back and have an 0-2 count. When we were setting up into the stands, our cameras over on the third base line, the wind and temperature difference was about 10 to 15 degrees cooler when you're up there. And then we went down to the truck behind the stands, protected from the wind. It was unbelievable, the difference. And then the sun to the shade made a big difference as well. So looks like the wind has died down a little bit here, but it's still cool. And that goes right off the glove of Gillespie, and DeBoer will get on to first base.
So you get two batters that just hit the ball back up the middle. That tells you that they're on it, right? This kid's leaving the ball over the middle, and they're hitting it right back up the middle. So they're right on it. If he gets another ground ball right here, he could get a double play and get out of the inning. So we'll see if he keeps the ball on the ground and what Charlie Ambrose does at the plate here.
So as you mentioned, Ambrose up at the plate, popped out to second base in his first time up. Fouls that one straight back. One and one. And DeBoer got caught stealing, but he's able to get down there. And as Kozlowski had a little trouble getting the ball out of his glove as Gillespie threw over there, and again, Kozlowski just couldn't get it out of his glove, throwing in second.
when you're on first base and you're going against a lefty pitcher and the coach gives you the steal sign, you're just going on first move. As soon as he lifts his leg up, you're just taking off for second base. If you're doing it on a read to make sure that he's not picking you off, by the time you make that read, it's too late. The jump is not good, and the catcher's going to end up throwing you out. So if you're on first base, coach gives you the steal sign, you're just going on first move. And look, if he throws to first, you're just trying to beat the guy to second base, and that's what he did right there.
Big swing there by Armbro. Count now 2-2. Ground ball over to third baseman. Sneaks through there. And Nolan's over at third base as the throw comes through. And Ambrose will go down to second on the throw. Again, it was no one really there to cut off. And actually, it was Gillespie, the pitcher, who ended up being the cutoff man there.
Good heads-up running by Ambrose. He overthrew the cutoff man, and Ambrose just continued to second base. They're going to give you a free base. You're going to take it. And now we have a courtesy runner for Ambrose because he's the pitcher. Like I had talked about earlier, Joe Linsky, Lanky, number 19.
And I'm not sure if you could pick it up on the microphone, but you could hear North Quincy saying that was the courtesy runner going down the second there. Dantona now coming up now for North. At a single back in the second.
1 out, second and third, and like you said, I was just going to say Dantona had a nice hit in the first inning, his first at bat. So again, Quincy High is in the danger zone right here. You give up 2 runs here, and now you're at 7. It'll get early. It'll get late early.
Ground ball over towards the right side of the field. Nice play by Kozlowski, and Gillespie can't get over there to cover, and the runner is safe. And coming home to score is Kyle DeBoer. Make it 6-0 North.
Kozlowski does a really good job of keeping that in the infield. If that gets by him, it's 2 runs automatic. Kind of keeps the double play here intact, which I know, Edge is going to get this kid in the move, so the double play might not happen. But Kozlowski diving right there saves that run, and they still have a chance to get out of this.
Well, it's going to be tough now as the top of the order comes up, and Vinny O'Leary had a double last inning.
His first at bat, I said he was going to Bridgewater. Then I said he was going to Framingham. I don't think he's going either now that I think about it. I honestly don't. I think he's going to St. Joseph's, to be honest with you. The more I've thought about it, man, I'm on fire tonight. I think he's going to St. Joseph's. Oh, boy. Sorry, Vinny. Jeez.
We'll pick some other schools out of a hat.
Yeah.
In a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get through all the mascots. I'll figure out another mascot in a minute. I'll be sending him to Wake Forest by the end of the night. Jeez, what an idiot.
Nice play there by the catcher for Quincy, Jaden Robles, to pick that ball out of dirt and keep it in front of him.
That's called show prep. You know what I mean, Joe?
Yeah.
That's called show prep right there. Oh, boy.
1-1's the count now. Now it's up high, 2-1. High fly ball into right field. And it's caught out there. Tagging up is the runner. And he'll score easily from third base. And also advancing up from second to third is Dantona. And O'Leary with a sacrifice fly to get the run in. 8-0 North.
The sac fly does a lot there. Gets the run in, keeps the pressure on. Now you have a guy in third base. Any kind of pass ball here, you're going to score another run. And it gets that 8th run for the Raiders. The other thing about the MIAA and Federation is it's 10 runs after 5.5. So the home team, well, the team that's losing has to hit in the 5th inning if they're down 10.
Charlie Baker back up at the plate for his third time. Walk and a strikeout.
Third inning, third at bat.
And hit by the pitch does Baker.
Cold night to get drilled like that. John, are you a Sopranos fan by any chance?
It's been a while, but yeah.
Ah, come on. I've watched it 43 times in full. He got hit in the fleshy part of the thigh. Come on. I got to work on my delivery. Jeez.
All right, Max Guadiano up now. Catcher for North. Struck out, in the first and had a single in the second. Gillespie's pitch, off-speed pitch, and it's a called strike, and going down to second is Baker.
Max, just a sophomore, starting right field last year as a freshman because he had Johnny Lynch, a senior, who was the catcher, but he is catching now for the Raiders and is their everyday catcher as a sophomore.
That one looked like it just missed on the outside there. 2-2 the count. Two balls, two strikes, two outs here in the bottom of the third. Big fly ball into deep right field, and that's over the head of Gustafson. 2-run score easily for that one. Guadiano looking for third, and he's going to be at third for a stand-up triple.
Great piece of hitting there by Max. So when he struck out his first at bat, they kind of got him on a high changeup that he thought was up, and they called him out. There he made the adjustment. That pitch was up. He went after it instead of letting it go, and he did a great job adjusting and got a triple out of it, cleared the bases. And I think that's 10 for the Raiders.
So D'Antona and Baker score on that, and it is 10-0 now North, with John Tolan coming up to the plate.
And they got the courtesy runner in for Max again, Dan Hudak, who was courtesy running for Max.
Another fly ball into right center field, and that one's going to drop. Tolan takes a big turn there as Owen Desmond gets the ball in. Bad throw.
Where should he be, John?
I think he was heading back to first on that, so
I'll
we didn't see it. But
I'll give him a break on that one. I'll give him a break on that one.
I'll try to help him out a little bit there, but
I'll give him a break on that one. Tolan family is great people. I'll give him a break on that one.
Alex Montero coming up now, first baseman for North Quincy, number 23. No balls, two strikes to Montero. Little ground ball, and that guy's going to go foul, and Gillespie picks it up. Over to the shortstop. Has to go a long throw to first, and can't pick it there is Kozlowski. And Tolan makes up, Steve. He gets over to third base for you on that job. Nice job there by Tolan.
He does a good job reading the throw and getting to third base. It's where he would have ended up anyway, so I guess there's no harm, no foul.
All right, coming back up now for North is Kevin Pritchard, who led off this inning. That one just high there.
Not to get ahead of ourselves here, but it looks like Paulie Glenn is on the on-deck circle as a pinch hit. So it looks like Edge is going to empty out the bench a little bit here and get these guys some at-bats.
All right, 1-1 to Pritchard. That one just high as well, 2-1. Gillespie just nibbling those corners there and just a little high. That one's high and outside, 3-1. Foul back and out of play, so a full count now. Fly ball, another long run for Gustafson, and just can't get to it. It's another long foul ball.
The kid's getting a lot of work out there today in right field. He's making a lot of runs.
Ground ball over to the third baseman. Strong throw, and it's going to hop away. Kozlowski can't get it. And a couple of runs will score there as Montero comes around on the long run there. Kozlowski went all the way to the fence. So 2 more runs score for North Quincy.
Yeah, Pritchard gets to second base on a Harron throw by the by the third baseman. And it gets the Raiders to 13. And we have a pinch hitter here. Number 25, junior Paul Glenn, pinch hitting for the Raiders. And it looks like he's got another pinch hitter on the on-deck circle.
Kozlowski under that. Ball came back in the last minute into fair play, but he makes the out. But nonetheless, North Quincy with the big lead, 13-0 after 3 innings of play.
And good for Paulie Glenn, right? You know, the kid doesn't get many at-bats, and when he gets up there, he goes up there and he swings, man. Good for him. You could get up there and just watch 4 or 5 pitches go by and, you know, go back to the bench and think of what you could have done. But he went up there and hacked it, right? Just get under it a little bit.
Well, Steve, you mentioned earlier on, you know, playing but also coaching here at Adams Field. And of course, your Legion is getting ready to start up here with Morris Set. And you've been coaching for a number of years yourself now for the Set. How long have you been the head coach for?
Yeah, just about 20 years now, little over 20 years. It's been a long time. You know, this is the 10-year anniversary of Mr. C's passing this year on June 23rd of this year. And you know, it just, I was talking to Glenn Michaud, my pitching coach on the way here, who played for me and now helps me coach. and all the things that you've seen and done, and starting way back when Mr. C would call me up and, what time you out of work? Well, about 9 o'clock in the morning, and he'd call me in the park department, and what's the lineup? I don't know, it's 10 in the morning. We don't play till 8 o'clock tonight, and got to know the lineup, and, red pen me, and, this guy's got to go here, and this guy's got to do that, and you got to throw this guy, and, we used to play at 8 o'clock, and we changed it to 7 o'clock, and, just all the things that he has taught me over the years, and Mr. Malvesti and Mark Kelleher as far as coaches, and Larry Taglieri, who's an absolute mentor, a Quincy High guy, and yeah, it's been a long time, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. We've hosted state tournaments here. We've qualified for state tournaments. I've had some great players like John Foligno get drafted by the Yankees and get drafted by the Cardinals. I've had some guys play big-time D1 schools like a Glenn Michaud and a John Foligno and stuff like that. And the last couple of years, probably four years ago or so, we implemented an alumni game. We play an alumni game here every year in October. The current team plays the alumni. And, the first year it was whatever, but this year it was really competitive. The current team had a win on a walk-off hit. The alumni, came to play, and I had guys here that played for me like John McDonald, who's the Friday guy for Babson, and not Will Roach, Patrick Roach, who's a starting second baseman at Boston College right now, the number 22 team in the country. Those guys came back and played in the alumni game. They played for me. We had some older guys, a Steve Pesovich, who played in the 70s, come out and played. My Uncle Jimmy, who played in 75 when they went to World Series, he was here. The Tom Balzanos of the world, the Mark Kellehers of the world, the Robbie Canes of the world. Eric DeBoer helps me coach now. His son Kyle plays for me, but Eric helps me coach. He played at UConn back in the day. So the tradition is there, and it started way back in the day with a guy like Ray Catania and Ray Ekbaum, and it just continues. And my job is to just keep that going year in and year out. And I know I went a lot longer than you wanted me to.
No.
We're in the middle of the inning here, and I'm still yapping, but it's something that I take great pride in, and to putting a really good team out on the field every single year.
Real quick, that was Joe McNeil, who was a pinch hitter for the Presidents. He struck out, and now up for Quincy High School is Aiden Manning, number 15. No, I know you could talk many hours on Morissette, on baseball, but especially Morissette. But, just getting back to Ray Catania, like you said, Ray was a wealth of knowledge for many things in the city, but especially, baseball. And I got to call a couple of baseball games with him during the years, a Babe Ruth World Series game, and it was fun doing that. And again, just, he patrolled that dugout for Morissette for many years. And
with a cigarette in his mouth. That's the truth. That's a fact. Back when nobody cared, he would be down the end of the dugout, and he would have I don't know if it was a Marlboro Light or a Winston or a Camel, whatever he had, man. He would light that thing, especially if somebody made an error. Oh, forget it. Cigarettes would come out, it'd be all over. One of the great stories he always told. He told the kids every year, but one of the great stories that he told was he made Hank Aaron an outfielder, and everybody would kind of look at him and be like, "What?" So he played with Hank Aaron in the minor leagues before Hank Aaron made it to the majors. And Mr. C played in the majors, too, for 1 year as well, but they played in the minor leagues together, and Mr. C played third base, and Hank Aaron played second. And I guess on a ground ball, Mr. C threw the ball to second base like Vinny O'Leary is going to try to there, but from third base, and I guess Hank Aaron wasn't paying attention, hit Hank Aaron right in the face. The next day, he was in left field. Mr. C tells that story all the time. He made Hank Aaron an outfielder. So. Oh man, it's crazy. The memories and we're still making memories now, but everything that I call on every day is just out of control. We wear a Mr. C patch on all our uniforms. We have a black Mr. C patch, and it goes on all of our uniforms. And for as long as I patrol the dugout for Morissette, that patch will be on every uniform, every jacket, every T-shirt, everything that we have. And Edgerly, Coach Edgerly played for Mr. C, played for me. Coach Eagles, Tim Liuzzo, the coaching staff of North Quincy, and Rick Beach coached with me for many years. And Coach Beach was around when Mr. C passed. He was one of the assistant coaches when Mr. C passed. So, these two schools are riddled with Morrisett history on both sides.
All right, Chase Gillespie comes up to the plate now for the Presidents. So when does the season kick off here for Morrisett?
So our first game is Sunday, June 11th. We are at West Roxbury, playing Hyde Park at Roxbury Latin at 5:45. RL, which is a beautiful turf field, short porch, but a beautiful turf field over at RL. And then we're here Monday the 12th, June 12th. We open up right here. We play 3 games away that week, and then that Friday night, the 16th, we're playing Concord, New Hampshire, who is the reigning defending state champs for New Hampshire. They're coming in, and that's going to be a big one. Both coaches have verbally agreed to throw their number ones that night, and we're going to try to have something big.
Cool. It sounds like a good game.
Yeah, it'd be a good time.
Neglected to mention Michael Campbell is in the game now, pitching for North Quincy. Campbell, a junior. And up at the plate is Will Martin, second baseman.
Struggling a little bit to find the plate. I know Edge has a couple more games. Well, there's one more game this week, and then, again, he's trying to make a run at it. So to leave Ambrolt in a 13-0 game for too long is probably not the right idea. And then you come back and you look at this, and you got 1-0 with the bases loaded, and you say, did I really make the right move? But I think he did. I would have taken Ambrolt out as well. Give some other guys a chance to throw a little bit. And he has plenty left in the dugout if he needs to call on it.
North at Hanover tomorrow, the 18th. Conley fouls that one out of play. And then next Monday, the 22nd, they go to Brockton to Campanelli Stadium. Talk about nice fields there, but getting to play down there. Then at Plymouth South, and then finally on the 25th of May, home versus the Scituate Sailors. So 4 more games. And Conley's going to rip that one into left field, and a couple runs are going to come around to score for the Presidents.
And that put Quincy High back in the conversation here. 13-2 now. It puts them back in the conversation of playing more than 5 innings, and me not getting it home for the tip-off of the Celtics game.
Manning and Kozlowski come around to score, and Gillespie up to second for the Presidents.
Yeah, Jack Dunn at the plate now, and if he gets a single, you're gonna score that kid from second base, and we're playing. Looks like someone just ran out of the North Quincy dugout. 2 guys, the catcher and a pitcher, down to the bullpen. They're going to get somebody loose.
All right, that ball's high, 2-1 now. Nice pitch there by Campbell, 2-2 now.
Again, John, another situation where I'm not paying attention. We got talking about Morrisett, and I kind of lost track here.
I distracted you. That's my fault.
That's Soupy Campbell on the mound. As you can see, he has a face guard on. Soupy Campbell got busted up in the face a couple weeks ago at practice. He had a ball bounce up and hit him in the eye. Before practice was over, his eye was swollen shut. This may be his first action since that time. Soupy's a great kid, comes from a great family, but I saw a picture, and he was taking ground balls that just took a bad hop, and it bounced up and hit him right in the face. And before practice was over, his eye was swelled shut.
A fly ball to left field, caught there by Tolan. Tolan came in and then had to take a few steps back to make that catch for the second out of the inning.
Two outs with the catcher up.
Jaden Robles comes up now, struck out in his first time at bat. And if that was the case, Steve, if this is the first action, maybe just need to get settled in here and get things going. As you said, first action is a lot different than, throwing a bullpen session or just throwing to, the catcher. So getting back in the action here, just get through pitches under his belt. And
it's got to be a crazy feeling, too, knowing that there's a guy, 60 feet away who's swinging a bat. That ball comes off that bat 100 miles an hour.
Yep.
That thing comes back at him. It's just a tough situation, But he gets a strikeout there.
The delayed call there, called third strike, and he gets out of the inning. Quincy gets a couple of runs there, so it's 13-2.
And you see Edgley give him a hug when he comes off. You gotta think that was his first time out there since the ball hit him in the face. He's got a big smile on his face coming off, so that's really good for him. Really good for Soupy.
All right, again, so as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning, it's 13-2, North Quincy on top. We'll take a quick timeout. All right, back here now for the bottom of the fourth inning, and new pitcher in for Quincy High School is Sam Swan. Swan was over at third base and moves on to the mound for this inning.
Big-time football player at Quincy High. I know he's getting a lot of looks as of right now for football. Good for him. He's a big boy.
And new batter here for North Quincy as well is number 5, Sean Silva, excuse me.
The MIAA and the Federation rules allow you, we talked about the courtesy runners, but it also allows you to re-enter. So if Edgley was to, clean out the bench right now and put all kinds of substitutes in and it didn't go well, he has the ability to re-enter all of his starters, and except for the pitcher. He has the ability to re-enter all of his starters and go back with the starting lineup if things were to get a little hairy here as we get down the stretch.
A little shallow pup fly there to the second baseman, and Quincy has that for the first out. David D'Antona comes up now for North Quincy. 2 for 2 tonight with 2 singles. New catcher in the game for Quincy High School is number 12, John Jordan, a sophomore. Called strike 1-1.
North Quincy's about to throw you a curveball, John. The guy on the on-deck circle is number 1, and I am looking at the roster, and I don't see a number 1.
And nor do I.
Oh, here we go. This is what they pay you the big bucks for. I'll tell you who it is, but I'm going to let you guess a little bit first. I think I know who it is. I don't want to get ahead of myself here. I believe this is number 1, Ryan Wirtz. Yeah, I believe this is Wirtzy. Yes, it is. Ryan Wirtz.
All right, 1-1 the count to Wirtz. Wirtz, fly ball into left field, and it's going to fall. Nice job there. And Wirtz gets on.
I believe Wirtz is a freshman. I don't think he's a sophomore. I believe he's a freshman. Starts on the JV team. I believe he starts at second base on the JV team.
All right, Dan Hudak coming up now to the plate to get a first at bat.
His uncle Eric coached with me at Marset for a little while, Eric Wirtz, and played for North Quincy when we played for Quincy, and he played with me at Marset back in the day. His father, Georgie Wirtz, is also a North Quincy guy. Great family. Not a good family, a great family. Vinny O'Leary's going to chase a foul ball. You think I should ask him what school he's going to next year? Or just announce another one? Vinny O'Leary going to Duke next year.
Yeah.
St. Joe's is going to be my final offer.
Foul back again. Tim Tolan in the on-deck circle, the freshman for North.
Looks like he's got the gear on,
So
too.
yeah, he's going to come in the catch next
Behind
inning.
the plate.
One-two pitch, and that one is just high and outside. Nice job here by Hudak, fouling some pitches off here to stay alive. 2-2 the count.
Is this Dan's first at bat? I think
Yes.
He's a pinch runner the other times. That's how he got dirty. He was courtesy runner for Max.
Yep.
Nice job.
Fly ball, and going out into shallow outfield is a shortstop for the Presidents, Aiden Manning, and he's going to bring that in for the third out of the inning.
Top of the fifth, if I'm not mistaken. Quincy High has to put up 2 this inning. But I've been wrong before, as we know. It's like 24 Charlie Mackey. Junior Charlie Mackey is going to go in and try to close this out. Oh, there's another curveball. Number 28's at first base. They do not have a 28 on the roster. I don't know who that is.
Well, I'm going to see if I can pull up North Quincy's rosters here and do my best to hopefully get a name for us.
In the meantime, now that high school sports is almost over for the year, what's QATV covering? What do we get coming up?
Well, we, of course, have the high school graduations coming up. We have Flag Day coming up as well. All of that will have live coverage on our channels and on our website as well. And there's a variety of different events and happenings going on in the city that will be out and about covering. So we encourage everyone to stay tuned to our channels and our website, qatv.org, for updates in there. And if anyone is interested in being a volunteer here at QATV, you can visit our website, qatv.org, or give us a call, 617-376-1440, and we can get you out to the field or to the event or whatever it might be. So we hope you come on down.
I mean, QATV does great things for the city. I know it sounds crazy because I'm sitting here, so I wouldn't be bashing it, but I've never bashed QATV or you, John, or anything like that. You guys do great things for the city, and it's volunteer, right? It's not the Fox Sports or the ESPN budget, right? These guys are out here volunteering to hold cameras and direct shows and everything like that. So
yep,
it's a tremendous job by everybody in the city.
Well, we appreciate that, and we are a nonprofit organization here in the city of Quincy, so we encourage volunteers to come out, and if you're interested in the events and happenings, or if you're interested in producing your own TV show, we can help you do that as well. So appreciate all the support we can get. All right, coming up here for the Presidents, for her first at-bat is Helena Middleton.
Helena Middleton was also the kicker on the football team, and she was on the 2023 Patriot League Championship girls basketball team as well. So
yep,
she's had a heck of a year. Quincy beating North on Thanksgiving, and then being part of that championship hoop team. So she's had a tremendous athletic year at Quincy High. I saw her pitch a perfect inning, a nice 1-2-3 inning. One of the games that I saw Quincy High this year, she threw against Pembroke. I saw that as well. She had a good outing there, so good for her.
As mentioned, Charlie Mackey in it, pitching for North Quincy. Full count now to Middleton. And that one's low and inside, ball 4.
Good for her.
Jack Riley, number 13, pinch hitter now. He's going to get his first at-bat. I was going to get by, but it took a good bounce off the backstop there.
It's that new padding.
I'll say when we talk about when it was initially redone here, the field has that brick backstop, and it was just a brick. And some of the first wild pitches they had, they were bouncing back there so quick. Transfer double play here for North, and they can't get it. First baseman couldn't hold on to it there. So Middleton out at second, and Riley will be down at first. They just had the brick backstop, and again, it was the Babe Ruth World Series, and those pitches were bouncing back very quickly and almost dangerously, and then they quickly put in some padding there to deaden the ball a little bit.
I can't remember before they did it over. Was it just a fence? Did the fence just go to the ground? Was there nothing there?
Yeah, I think it was just a backstop with the fence, yeah.
I don't remember.
Shane McPhillips, number 19. Up at the plate now for Quincy. Two and one the count now to McPhillips.
Shane McPhillips is a product of Pat Bryant's Bay Bears, the AAU team in Quincy for the younger kids. He played for them as a younger kid.
And see, they get the lead runner out at second base.
Two outs. Let's see if my theory's correct here with one more out. What happened here? Oh, courtesy runner. Okay.
All right, Aiden Manning steps up to the plate. This pitch there by Mackey. Runner goes, ball gets fouled back. Anthony Tibbetts is the runner down at first base for the Presidents. Oh, and 2's the count. Tibbetts back easily. That one looks like it just missed there. 1 and 2.
Great 0-2 pitch, low and away. Try to get the guy to fish for it. That's a great 0-2 pitch.
And fastball just gets fouled. Went right down to the ground. And 1-2 pitch to Manning. And he's going to foul that one back. Tibbetts was running again. Sophomore will go back to first again.
So Edgerly's playing the first baseman behind Tibbetts at first, which is a tremendous, a great move, because what does that run really mean? Nothing. So when he had a guy holding him on, he was stealing the base, but now he's got nobody holding him on, he doesn't steal the base. That run doesn't mean anything. Play behind. Play the out. Good coaching move by Edge there.
All right, 2-2 count. Runner goes, off-speed pitch is a call, third strike. Great pitch there by Mackey to get him looking.
And that's all she wrote.
And that it is. Again, you mentioned the 10-run rule there as we get to the fifth inning. So final score here at Adams Field, the Raiders 13 and the Presidents 2 as the teams shake hands here at home plate. North Quincy gets a big win. That's going to make their 8th win, so they're going to go to 8-10. I'm not sure where they are in the power rankings, but if they get to 500, they automatically qualify for the tournament no matter what their record is. But I believe they are in the top 32 for the power rankings. But either way, a couple more wins here will certainly help that effort as they get down towards the end of the season here for the Raiders.
So that's what the MIA has done in the past couple years. They usually just go with, if you're 500, you make it. And then they did a thing, if you were 500 or first or second in your division, you made it. And now they've just gone to power rankings. So whether you're 500 or if you're in the top 32, you make the playoffs. And there are definitely going to be teams that are in the top 32 that are under 500. So the last couple years, they've had more than 32 teams in. So the preliminary round is to get to 32. And then once you get to 32, it's the regular tournament. It just gives teams more of an opportunity, and it helps the teams that have good strength of schedule, right? So if you're playing teams that are in the top 32, you're going to get credit for wins, and you also get credit if you don't lose by so many points. So if you're the number 15 team and you're playing the number 5 team, if they don't beat you by 4 runs, you get points. So they're really trying to help out people make the tournament, make some postseason play.
North Quincy is number 27 right now in the power rankings. So right now they're in, but again, if they get a couple more wins, that's certainly only going to help them to at least keep number 27 or move up a little bit as well. Real quick, we want to thank all the crew here that came out and volunteered to make this game possible here for QATV Sports. On camera, we had John McLaughlin and Jen McDonough. In the truck, we had Brian Cox on graphics, Maureen Conway on audio. Our engineer today was Chris Potter, and our director was Peter Doherty. So nice night here at Adams Field. Steve, I want to thank you for coming out and saving me from trying to call a game by yourselves. As you know, it's tough to do it by yourself, especially baseball, where to tell a story by yourself doesn't go too far. So
I did it a couple times for you last year when you couldn't make it, and it is very, very, very difficult.
No, definitely. So I appreciate you coming out, and hopefully if teams get a little bit further, maybe we'll be back here at Adams Field as well for a game, and hopefully we'll be here for Morissette as well.
I'd love that.
To have a couple games, because certainly a good take for everyone to come out here. Some good summer baseball with Morissette.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so again, final score here, North Quincy 13 to Presidents 2. My name is Jonathan Clary, and for Steve Mays and all the crew here at QATV, thanks for watching this edition of QATV Sports. We'll see you next time.